Force on Force features the largest and strongest outdoor military organization in the country. These are the men and women who make it possible to enjoy the freedom to hunt and fish. It is with great pride that we bring you the Force on Force podcast. Coming to you from the Force on Force Talk.
And welcome to the Force on Force podcast. We're coming to you from the Force on Force Talk. Here in the mobile talk. I love doing these, man. We're back at the TOBI. We had a great epic podcast last year at the TOBI, otherwise known as the Texas Ullman's Bass Invitational. We do every year to raise money for the Texas Children's Hospital Reno unit, and gives about $60,000 every year to that event, and it's a lot of fun. You know, last week we were at the Bassmaster Classic, and this week we're down here in Manning, Louisiana, on Toledo Bend. I got Roy Lane.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
He forgets to get out of the mic.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Andy Woods.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
George Shippey.
Hey.
So, first of all, last week we were at the Classic. We had a great podcast with our guys at Thump Gel. And I bring that up because we're going to talk about them a little bit here at the TOBI.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and so
it was a real informative podcast that was done at the Classic.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to listen to it.
Yeah, if you didn't hear that podcast, it really goes back and talks about why Thump Gel is so effective. You know, the 5 features that Thump Gel really has, where most things only have 3, and Thump Gel adds the extra two things to it. So you need to go back and listen to that podcast if you haven't heard it. But more than that, is the crazy weather we had between last weekend and now. I mean, Andy, I know what it was like for me.
We had freezing weather 4 days ago, and today it was 86 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
supposed to be hotter than that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to get above 90. Yeah, last weekend we had a freeze warning. The low up at my house was 31. It peaked out at
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
It was 31 degrees in Texas.
And then here we are today on Friday afternoon, and it was 80, 85, 86.
Well, we're setting, I don't know about anybody else, but we're setting records in Texas. We had the coldest winter weather, and now we're setting records for the hottest in March.
Hottest spring
We
weather.
always do it big in Texas.
Well, I mean, it was a crazy. The Classic had great weather last weekend. They had 3 great days of weather, and then Monday it just
And the bottom dropped.
the
out
bottom just
Yeah.
dropped. It was like it just held off just for the Bassmaster Classic, and as part of that, we'll talk a little bit about the Bassmaster Classic and how all that kind of rolled out. But it didn't, 80-mile-an-hour straight line winds coming through Sunday night into Monday, and was turning very, very cold. And I was personally not looking forward to this because I've had West Point's boat all winter long, and we've done a complete retrofit with Lowrance electronics and new trolling motor front to back on that boat.
Pro guide battery.
Yeah, so it's active target too. I mean, this whole thing, I mean, it's set up super sweet. So they were going to come pick it up Tuesday. We had this whole plan. Todd Messett was going to come pick it up, and I had to take him, going to show him on the water. We were going to spend a little bit of time fishing, show him the active target too. And so I'm thinking he wanted to come down Sunday, and we were going to fish Monday, Tuesday. Well, when the weather deteriorated, he's like, I'm only going to be down there, try to delay and come down and just be down there Tuesday morning. Well, I woke up. Everybody, I live in Shepherdsville, Kentucky, if you don't know this. I already knew it was going to be cold. Todd told me, he said, hey, I'm thinking maybe we won't go because I'm already seeing the highs, right? And I get up, walk out of my bedroom, look out my big bay window back there in my backyard where I got the deer feeder and stuff, and there is a dusting of snow on the ground. I'm
Perfect fishing weather.
I'm like, this is not, no, definitely
My
not.
younger days.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me. I'm not that mad at those fish.
I'm like, so I'm thinking, I'm thinking maybe he won't want to go, right? No, not happening, right? So the high Tuesday was 37 with like a 10 to 12 mile an hour wind.
What was it? 2 weeks ago, Rory, we had a plan to go fishing one weekend, and we both got up about 5 o'clock because we wanted to be at the ramp at daylight, and it was 50 and windy, and we get on the phone and we're like, yeah, let's just go another day.
So
50.
Trees were bending.
Yeah, it was heavy winds, but it was 50, not 30.
you know, and I haven't fished in that cold of weather in a long time. One of the, nice things about not having to really fish tournaments, really competitively like I've done in a long time is, I'll deer hunt it in some pretty cold weather, but I always say, man, I can deer hunt in some cold weather, but there's just something about being on the water when it's cold. It just seems so much colder out there when you're fishing.
Hey, I got my buddy heater when I go deer hunting.
Yeah.
So I don't care how cold it is.
But even if I don't have that and I'm hanging in a tree stand, it still seems colder than that.
I can't keep my hands warm on the lake.
Yeah.
And that's what kills me and makes me want to just not be out there.
And just everything's harder, man, because your hands are cold. Like you're hunting, your hands are inside a muff or something.
Mhm.
You're trying to actually use your hands when you're fishing,
So I fished one of the majors down here on Toledo Bend a couple years ago in February. We fished the first one of the year in January. It was when I was fishing Toyotas. Fished in January on Rayburn. And it was chilly in the beginning, in the morning, was fine. It was typical January weather for Rayburn. Wasn't that bad. It was bearable. Come February, for that tournament, it was below freezing. It was 19 degrees at launch. We saw 3 different boats drop off trailers onto the concrete ramp.
Yeah.
When they were loading them in, because they loaded them the day before and with ice on their bunks. 3, you'd think after the first one we wouldn't see another one, but
No, they did.
with three boats, crowd of people went over there and team lifted, picked them up, got them back up on the boats, or bad them up on the trailer and got them in the water. But that day, we were, it's cold weather, so we were Carolina rigging, but I couldn't feel the bites because my hands were numb. I had hand warmers, I had big gloves on, and I didn't catch any fish in that whole tournament because I just couldn't feel the bite. I'm sure that I got bites, but I didn't know it happened. Your spools got ice build up on it. The line guides have ice in them. It's like, it's miserable. I'm not built for that kind of weather. I'm a Texas boy. I need some 60s and 70s.
Well, if you ever the ones I think is funny is when you got the boats like frozen to the trailer. That happened. Like that's when it's cold. Like the boat's frozen to the box from the day before.
No,
that happens more. Does it happen more with the aluminum boats?
No, I've seen it with fiberglass.
It does the fiber stick?
Yeah, because they get wet. You get the bunks get wet.
I figure it's like sticking your tongue to the flagpole.
Yeah. It probably is, but yeah. What's the coldest weather you fished in, George?
Man, you talking about bunks froze to the boat? My butt's froze to the bed. I ain't.
Nope.
I think of a lot of times where it's just been stupid cold.
Yeah.
At Rayburn, one of the best days I had. We were beating ice off the rod lockers.
Yeah.
To get them open, and you talking about Carolina rigging, we just was slaying them.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, he was in the back of the boat, and he's like, he's not really a bass fisherman. Well, I'm catching fish. I don't want to leave. I'm warm at this point.
Yeah.
He's freezing to death. He's like, man, I think I'm gonna swim for it because we can see the boat.
Yeah.
He's like, I just want to go back.
Well,
9 times out of 10, the water's warmer.
Yeah. It isn't you should say that, George, but we caught probably 25 Tuesday. I wouldn't give you a chance that we'd have caught one.
Yeah.
And within the first 5 or 10 minutes, I caught fish. I'd found them the week before, so I knew they were at, and they were on a jerkbait bite. And I just, the assumption was that bite would just get better because of the colder weather, and it did. That's what kind of happened. And so we caught them because there's nothing more miserable than to be out there and not catching fish and be cold.
You forget about it when they're biting.
Yeah,
so
you can deal with it.
The fishing here in East Texas was on fire before that cold front hit. And then the first couple of days, it was super windy for 4 days straight. A lot of people weren't getting out on the water because alone for the winds,
Yeah.
just that was enough to keep people off. But it took us 2 days to figure out that everybody assumed, the temperature dropped and it's going to pull the fish back. The water temperature only dropped 2 or 3 degrees.
Yeah.
So what I discovered in the last couple days fishing this, that it took me 2 days to figure it out, is the fish didn't go very far.
Yeah.
They were still up on the beds.
Yeah.
Then some of them they moved out to about 6 foot of water as opposed to 2 to 4.
Yeah.
They didn't go very far at all because the water temperature only changed 2 degrees on 3 of the lakes that I fished this
They're
week.
not going to make a mass migration. I mean,
they only went about 2 foot deeper.
Yeah.
From that cold front.
I mean, in general, I forget how many. It's got to be a massive amount of time for the water temperature to change. Anyways.
Yeah, and it was only 2 days of cold weather. It was windy for 4 days. It made it uncomfortable.
Caught in that wind.
Yeah.
Remember? I called my wife to come save us.
Yeah. We
could not get on.
We couldn't get back to the ramp we launched from. We had to
rollers.
We had to get a ride. She picked me up at the closest ramp to where we were stuck, and drove me to the truck. And I brought the truck down to the new ramp. And we loaded up out of there.
And we even helped the other guys, take them to their truck.
Yep. A lot of people got stuck in that cove because the main lake was angry.
This was the other day when that storm blew through.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it blew through. It dropped hail on us, winds. You thought trees were fixing to snap.
Mhm.
And as soon as it went through, the sun come out,
Yeah.
looked like it never done anything.
I know it does.
But in the words of Don Brunson, I ain't mad at him anymore.
Yeah, no.
What's kind of crazy is I got up Wednesday morning. Because of the weather, I didn't get to leave early like we were going to because Todd had to come down later. So I call Roy and it's like 8 o'clock. I'm going across Paducah there at Kentucky Dam, and it's spitting snow, like snowing pretty good, going across Interstate 24 to hit 69 and coming down that way. And then I get down here that afternoon and it's 70 degrees. So I go from snow to 70 degrees on Wednesday to get down here. So just really, really crazy weather. Probably the craziest story as far as weather, which kind of ties into the Bassmaster Classic, was back in my college fishing days. We fished a Southern Collegiate Series tournament on Lake Guntersville. And I mean, Lake Guntersville's like Toledo Bend. It's long, big lake, and we had found them. We put in downtown Guntersville. We found them all the way north, over the back of Roseberry Creek, and we didn't know. And this random snowstorm came while we were out there. Like about 12 o'clock, it just starts snowing. We know it's gonna be cold that day, but it just starts snowing like so bad, and we got fish to weigh in. Like, I made the run back, running from channel marker to channel marker by GPS because it was snowing so dang hard to get back to the boat ramp. I mean, and this is a 2-day event, so it's really, really kind of, you're thinking, man, we got about, you got about this much snow in your boat. But it kind of melted after the weigh-in. I was smart enough to take all my rods, my partner, and everything we were going to need the next morning, because at that point you can't really put your cover on your boat to keep, what I should.
The snow under.
Yeah. Well, in retrospect, I thought I should have went and found a car wash and vacuumed that out of the boat. Would have been the thing to have done. So if you ever have this issue, that would strongly suggest doing that, because what happens when you have blast off in the mornings? You gotta go through live well check. What nobody doing live well checks that morning because nobody could get them open, right? They were frozen solid. Like, didn't think to leave the live well lids open. And I'm thinking, ain't no big deal. And we ain't gonna catch anything whatsoever, right? Got the first spot. I'm what must have been my 4th or 5th cast. I caught about an 8-pounder and about 2 foot of water, maybe 1.5 foot of water on a rod trap, man. And we could not get the rod locker open. So my partner, Rob Young, we'd alternate holding that fish, try to keep him in the water, in the net and stuff. And while we'd pour lake water on that live well lid to get it unfrozen. This went on. So yes, that's
a funny thing. I remember tying a buddy heater
Yeah.
on top of my pedestal seat up there on the bow and everything just to keep warm.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you think
That's too cold.
Yeah, you think it the day before, man, it was snowing. You're gonna catch. I got first bite in about 1.5 feet of water. I mean, it's like you said,
Yeah,
they're not
crazy.
going far. But, and which brings me to why ties the classic. Dylan Nutt from the University of North Alabama, my alma mater, won the Bassmaster Classic. Congratulations to him. I
He
mean,
did an awesome job.
yeah, he did an awesome job. I mean, first Federation Nation angler to win since Brian Kerschel, 32 years ago. And unfortunately, Brian never got to reap the benefits of winning the Bassmaster Classic. I think he was killed like 2 months later in a plane
something
crash.
like that, yeah.
And so it's, just multiple reasons that, I text my mentor, Colonel Atencio, and we were talking about, he's retired, teaches geography at UNA. And the first thing he said is, I taught Dylan in class and he's just a great kid. I mean, just phenomenal young man outside. His brother's just as good as he is.
His brother's still in school, right?
They both are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is too.
Yeah, they're both just dynamic fishermen. I mean, they're great fishermen. So, yeah, really congratulations to. I mean, he dominated the field and did what it took to win out there. So, congratulations to him, and it's.
I don't care what anybody's been saying or anything
Yeah.
else. That kid
Yeah,
did a good job.
he did a good job. He said, he found him. He said, what did he say? Found him because I've been traveling so much, but everything I've heard was said I found them set up just like they were on Pickwick, and I felt comfortable because it's the Tennessee River, Tennessee River. So even though it's not Pickwick, he felt comfortable.
So
with
it was set up just like Pickwick.
Yeah, so that's he took advantage of it, and which makes me say, I guess he kind of did understand seasonal patterns, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody should get that reference to that, right? So yeah. But now we're down here at the TOBI, and this is always a fun event.
So what was a big sack today? Anybody here? I heard somebody say that 27.
27
something was the big sack.
The last time I went over and looked at it, it was 27, 23, and 21 were the top three, and there were 2 8-pounders.
Nothing wrong with
in the big bass running.
That's
Most of the guys I talked to, they was catching them up there, around the dam is what they're fishing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, down south?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Does it seem like there's more people here this year to you? I wonder if it's more.
There was 188 teams. I went over and looked at the board.
Yeah. You know what we normally have?
How do they number their boats then? Because there was teams with
they
300
they
and
keep
something.
their same boat number every year.
Oh, okay.
Well, in reason on the weigh-in thing, there were 188 teams that weighed in
Okay.
today.
Yeah. So they might have boat 333 or something like that.
Yeah, there was some
Number they kept
300s.
when they first started.
Okay.
They like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they did that.
What's interesting is this year we did something different. Speaking of, the bags, we did the Thump Gel
Mm-hmm.
big
Thump
bass.
Gel, big bass pot.
So we're gonna see how that kind of falls out. If
It's going to be interesting
Yeah.
because we sold like 160 of them,
140.
140 somewhere around in there. So there's
That's-
only about 40 or 50 teams that didn't get in on the big bass.
Yeah. So if the guy that has a team that has the big bass, and they bought into the Thump Gel big bass pot, really they get a good tube of Thump Gel from our sponsors for doing it. They really were only paying $5 to get the chance to win $500 for
Right.
it. So really good from Thump Gel. They come in and kind of do that with us.
And I saw your stamp,
Yeah.
verification stamp. How many of those people, you sold 140, how many of them weren't paying attention and opened that package and threw that package
That's
away?
the other thing too. And we were very
I've told every one
Yeah.
of them that bought it to keep that tab.
Yeah.
We
Put
said,
it in their wallet or something. Tear
What-
it up and put it in their wallet.
and it's actually was a pretty good deal. The fact you could take it off and put it in your wallet. I mean, it's
Yeah.
better than
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
ever
had the little
had.
cover thing.
Yeah.
Reason I mentioned that because in previous years we've done it, sold a sponsored product to them, and they're supposed to bring that product
Yeah.
to the weigh-in. And one of the guys walked up to us at the booth last year. And he goes, "Man, I'm glad I didn't get Big Bass because I used the product that I bought from y'all, and then I threw the packaging away." And then he was like 3-4 hours into his fishing day. And he's like, "Oh crap, I was supposed to keep that." And he
Yeah.
threw it away like back at the ramp at launch,
Right.
at daylight.
Yeah.
And
The
he's
guy
like,
that had Big
"Oh
Bass
man."
last year didn't get in.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, and the Big Bass didn't. 2 years in a row, wasn't it?
2 years in a row. They
I
had.
think ever since we've been doing this, I think we've only paid this out 2 or 3 times.
It's
and just
when you get
yeah.
in, you know, it's
And it's mostly the guys that come through and go, I don't need that.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to catch a big bass, and they catch the
That's
big
what
bass.
it
And they
is.
wish
Why
they
are you
would've
in a why that has always blown my mind. Every bass tournament I've ever fished in, I've paid into the Big Bass side pot because I'm going to that tournament and paying my entry fee, thinking like
Right.
I'm going to win.
Yeah.
I'm not going in thinking, well, I paid my entry fee, I'm gonna go get my butt kicked. Like
Mhm.
I want to have the confidence going in that I want to catch a big bass because I want to be on the
Yeah.
stage. I want to check,
Oh, it is
cash
an extra
check.
$20, and it's going for a good cause.
where you get
Whether you
product.
catch a big bass or not,
Yeah.
where the money goes
Yeah.
for the children and everything, that's the biggest thing of it all.
Well, and what we're always talking about, yeah. Whether you probably think, well, it's kind of strange that if you don't buy into it, we don't pay the money out. But whatever the listeners don't understand is all the product, pretty much, I'd say like 98% of the products that are used to raise money at this event for the Texas Children's Hospital come from us.
Right.
So all the raffle boards, everything, that's ArmyBassAnglers, which is provided through our sponsors, and really a shout out to our task force to help make that happen. And so we turn around and really give that back to the event itself every
Yes.
year.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to a good cause, and so that's where we kind of do that with it.
Is the camera still on?
Yeah.
It's the funeral home.
We're at a funeral home. Y'all see that?
Hey,
Yeah, I thought he was going to mention in the beginning. We
Did we
are
say something at the funeral home?
our mobile talk today
really
is in a
believes
funeral
it.
home.
we have stayed in a funeral home before.
This
This-
ain't no house.
This is a funeral home turned into an Airbnb, and the
It's
lights
not
are
a
starting to
funeral home.
flicker. There was
It's
weird
more like a-
noises last night.
So for everybody, we have
Turn that
stayed,
camera around. See that?
we have stayed in a funeral home before. An old
In
funeral
the
home.
panhandle of Oklahoma.
Yeah, out west Oklahoma, when we go to the Rods and Rack show, we stay in
Woodward.
Woodward there.
Mhm.
The first year, we stayed in an Airbnb, and so I get a call on the way. Because I had to stop and pick up the
Fish.
so I stayed in a hotel right there near where the fish hatchery was, and so they called me and they're like, I'm driving. I don't know if you called me that night or whatever. They go, we're staying in a, or he goes, Justin made the mistake of Googling this place. And he goes, we're staying in the old funeral home. I go, nah. Yeah, trust
Yep.
me.
They
When
had,
I got
they had
the-
the old pictures of it and everything all set up.
What is this place?
I
think it was a
used to be
church.
like a
A church?
Yeah.
church or
I
something.
mean, you got to look at like it's got the cooking facilities and everything. It's got to been something.
Yeah, so just a quick rundown for the listeners. We're in a large room that's 50% of the total building size.
Yeah.
It's one large room, and then it has an industrial kitchen, and then there's 2 smaller rooms. And both of those smaller
They're
rooms
really
are
not
real
small.
long. They're not very wide, but they're real long. There's
two bathrooms that
there's
just
2
has a
bathrooms
toilet
side
in
by
it.
side that are just like a men's and women's restroom, just a toilet and a sink. And then in the very back of the building back here, there's a bathroom that has a actual, some showers back there.
2 showers back
So
there.
it's built, it's set up like,
Was it like a fish camp, maybe?
Well, no.
Because there's that building right there. It could have been.
Is that
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
ain't no
Because
fish camp. I mean,
the stage, there's a little stage area behind the camera, and that's where we're messing with George, saying that's where they had the caskets.
all
I
I
don't
don't think
think it's
is
a
that
viewing area.
George got here first tonight, and
And I'd already told you it was
I
a
waited
funeral
till
home.
Andy to get here.
He was in the driveway when I got here.
I see. Let's see.
But I mean, it's a nice place. It's
I
quiet.
mean,
It's dark.
Yeah.
You said this is a nice place.
It's real quiet until you start hearing weird noises in the middle of the night when you got people staring at you in your sleep.
Oh yeah, because Archer.
Yeah.
Archer snuck around, got Andy last
Yeah.
night.
I was waiting to doze off and was playing a game on my phone, and I heard a noise and looked around, and Sean had already went to the bathroom and got back in bed. It's like 10, 15 minutes after that. I kept hearing something. So what in the world is that noise? And I turned the flashlight on my phone and pointed it down the hallway area away from me. And Archer was posed at the end of the bed, laying on the floor like a sphinx, just staring at me. But as soon as that flashlight hit him, he ran back into the bedroom where Sean and him was. He was down there I think he was making noise to get my attention, so I'd look over there.
Yeah.
It was
like, what
dark.
the
I'm
fuck?
pulling up in here, and I don't know if I'm in somebody else's house.
What do you think?
I don't know what I'm coming into.
Yeah, I read
Oh,
it.
it's
and
pitch
everything.
black
I drove
outside.
past it.
But you told me Sean's truck was here.
Uh-huh.
Well, you don't see Sean's truck.
Well,
until
same
you
thing
already
happened to
come
me.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I'm
behind
fixing
the
to
house.
make a U-turn, or turn around in the driveway because you can't just back out. So I'm done. I done committed. So I says, this ain't it. And I'm fixing to back up, and I see Sean's truck over here. But I had to drive all the way around the back side of the house just to see if it was his truck. I'm like, what the heck?
He did. That happened to me because when I got down here, I couldn't see his truck either. And so I pulled into this entrance right here.
That's right.
And so
Yeah,
I
me and
stopped.
him both came
I
inside. We
stopped
missed that
right
driveway.
there. And so I had to go back to my phone and make sure that was the address because it has the address number on it. I'm like, because I don't see his truck like anywhere because it's like,
Well, I had it parked over there on the side.
well, you still, I don't think, I came in from that way. I didn't come from that way.
Mhm.
So I didn't see it at all.
But
so
you can't see the whole address because the plants have grown up
Yeah.
to it. So you can just see
you just see the number.
the number's 207-700 or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can see 2077. So I don't know if it's 00 or 01 or I'm like,
I drove past it too. I went over there at the boat launch and sat there for a minute and pulled the pictures back up because all I seen was this great big old fancy house. I said, I know I didn't rent that sucker.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
is that's somebody's house over there.
I think
There's
that-
another one over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's,
Yeah, I don't know
think-
what this is that's
think-
on this side.
yeah.
That's just a storage.
Yeah, it's a storage.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought that's where we was going to be, and I went over and started opening doors.
We're sleeping in a storage building.
It's better than the funeral home.
Yeah.
Hey,
For-
actually, though, I mean, it's actually set up for. I mean, I like it. I mean, the cooking facilities, everything. Now you got to be like 9 feet tall to use the griddle in there, but
Yeah, the grill is tall.
yeah. So
Yeah, my wife had to have a step stool to cook on it.
And for a security light being in the driveway, it's still pretty dang dark out there.
yeah. But I mean, it's a. I mean,
It's nice.
if I was
quiet.
rating like fishermen rate places to stay differently than my wife would. This would be like you got ample boat parking back here.
Yep.
So this would be like 5-star resort.
It
with
has all the stuff.
You
I mean,
walk to
there's
the
plenty
bank,
of
go
beds
fishing.
in there.
Lots of beds. We got a pool table and a piano.
Ping pong.
I think the piano is left over from when it was a funeral home.
I'm gonna play y'all a little something here in a little while.
Yeah, I mean that's
We're going to video that too.
yeah.
That deer mount looks like it's from 1950.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had some interesting Airbnbs here at Toledo Bend. I mean, we had the lady make us the zucchini bread, the brand.
Yeah.
Every time we come,
Oh,
We
yeah.
have
And you told Brent it was
bread.
laced.
Yeah,
THC.
Marijuana.
he liked to die. He went to spitting.
I'm not gonna say this place is old, but I bet you there's asbestos in them tiles, some ceiling tiles.
Yeah.
hey, we stayed in worse in our days, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I have. I've definitely stayed in.
I've stayed in worse this week.
Stayed in,
yeah. Well, I mean,
stayed in my truck before.
The one up at Caddo that we went to for that little mini tournament up there, day before yesterday. The codes to get in didn't work. It was through VRBO or whatever,
Yeah.
that one, and the codes wouldn't work. And then it took John probably 30 minutes or so to get a hold of a human, through the customer service thing. And then because kept getting like automated responses, kind of stuff, whatever. Finally gets a human on the phone, and they're like, "Well, here, try this code." And he's like, "That's literally the code I've been trying. No, it does not work." And then one of the other guys was like, "Hey, this window's open. Can we just crawl through the window?" And then customer service was like, "Well, I mean, if the window's open, crawl through the window." So the code that they gave him was working to lock the door, but it wouldn't unlock it. So the whole time that they're staying there, and then Tanner and I were up there with them for a night. When we would leave, we'd have to lock the door. When we come back, we'd have to climb through the window.
At least you had a window to climb through. We went to Houston, 3 years ago?
Oh yeah,
2 years ago? We had an Airbnb, and
they took our money, everything, and it didn't. And the lady I called and said I never got a code to get in. She says, "What's the address?" And I told her, and she goes, "We sold that over a year ago."
Wow.
And so
they still had it listed?
We didn't have no place to stay or anything.
like we're like an hour from like having to we do setup and stuff.
Yeah.
And like we're like an hour from like leaving setup to go to the room, and we got no place to stay in Houston. And there's VRBO, and they're like we got like 6 guys, and they're like, "We'll get you 1 hotel room for a night." Like,
I said, "Hell no."
No.
Yeah.
So we were in emergency scramble mode trying to find something for.
It took us a little bit to get a refund on it.
Yeah, but we got it. We made it, but that was interesting enough.
Toledo Bend's always you can always find lodging like here, Rayburn. Rayburn gets kind of tough though if they have a big tournament going on. But
it's tough right here if you're around Cypress Bend.
Yeah,
there's a lot, but there's only them little.
We used to stay at them little cabins up there. Yeah, I mean it's. I always brought my 5th wheel down here. That's real nice. That's till that storm come through that year and moved it while we were in there asleep.
Oh wow, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, boy, it got hairy in there one night. We ain't brought it back since.
Yeah, I mean, so speaking of,
was that when Darla had to pay for her own meal?
Oh, probably. I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah.
I just know that wind came. Up at night. Dude got to rocking over there in that little trailer.
She didn't actually have to pay for her own meal. That was the joke, though.
No, Cuddy wouldn't pay for it.
That was at. I think that was at Fork.
I thought it was here.
No,
she worked her butt off and everything else.
No, I think it was at Lake Fork. So I don't know. I don't remember.
They pissed her off. Yeah. Good God.
That's why I made the joke when we were down here.
Yeah.
It was down here. I made the joke about it.
Okay.
That was down here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now, we're at the TOBI. They give back to the kids so much. And a big part of the way they do it is our partners at Skeeter. And I bring that out because Skeeter did a really awesome thing in the Bassmaster Classic last week.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did a partnership with St. Jude's, and they actually had, I think it was, I don't remember how many kids did it, but I think it was 5 kids. They designed 5 different windshields. The design for the windshields that all the classic competitors got to choose from, and they put them on the boats.
Oh, that's neat.
For the classic. So all the Skeeter pros had custom wrapped windshield based on the design from St. Jude's patient. So it was really cool. And then one of the kids was there at the Skeeter booth during the event, and they actually had all the competitors sign it, and then they were having people come by, and we paid $1, and that money would go to St. Jude's. Also, they had everybody sign it.
Paid $1 and got a duck.
Yeah, and then they signed it, and then there's 2 or 3 of them did, but they gave the one that he designed.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it to him for memorability. But the other ones, and I bring this up, the other ones that were on the boat, and the other ones that they signed there are going to be taken off and are going to be auctioned off And so all the proceeds will go to that to support St. Jude's. And
That's
so,
awesome.
So they'll
Skeeter
be
really stepped up on that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to see that. So don't know the full details. I tried to get ask Chris Brown while we were there how they were going to do it, and he said that St. Jude's has a way they do it. So they'll go through St. Jude's process, and if you're a fishing fan, you want a piece of classic history, and just really cool deal. You get a chance to bid on that, and it'll go to a good cause. And,
Awesome.
and I know that's kind of near and dear to Amy's heart. She's ran the St. Jude's Marathon before, so it's a cool thing. And that's we got to do a podcast earlier today with the director from the Children's Hospital,
Yes,
Reno unit here, and hopefully we'll get to hear that podcast in a week or so. We got to get it cleared through the Texas Children's Hospital. Just all those military guys kind of understand that process because you have to do that. But I think that's gonna be a pretty neat deal. But he and I were just talking, and that
kind of made me tear up just standing there and listening to him.
And talking to him, it's the same thing I say all the time with what we do. Because like last year we helped the Fallen Outdoors with some stuff they did, and because I always say this, there's not enough of us to go around with how big the United States is. And I was talking to him today. I said, I don't think people really get that. I mean, I think we probably understand it more because I always remember when we got ready to deploy, they would take a state and like put it on the map of where we were going to give you an idea of like how big the area was we were going to. And what you really realize.
Oh, like compare it to something they already knew about?
And so like what you realize is that most of our states are bigger than
the countries you're going
to, right? And so that's why I go back to it takes all of us, whether it's helping the kids or in our case doing stuff with the vendors, it takes all us working together because it's just so elaborate across the country. And in the case of both of these with the Children's Hospital or St. Jude's, they are meeting people in the worst day of their life. And I think that's just a hard thing to kind of do, when you do that. And to me personally,
it just kind of the way he said it on there too, was it just not the kids, it's the parents you can take care of and the grandparents and everything. The whole family's going through it.
And I bring that up because I go back to what we do for what we do, with reaching veterans and things like that. I mean, to me, it's kind of personal this week for me. I mean, I lost one of my good friends, was ROTC with me. He and I fished a bunch of the time. I mean, he even fished with my dad when I was deployed, and he was back at UNA doing grad school before I got there. And, he been through hell and back, and he just finally gave in to the demons, and this is the thing that we all don't really like. I mean, the irony was he and Steve Jarrett had worked together at St. Com, and that's how I found out, yesterday. And so it's like, it's never good. That's why I say there's not enough of us to go around, because it's just too much.
George has got kind of in the same boat over there too.
Yeah, similar situation. It's he was too young to clock out for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't. I don't know. I don't know the whole details, and just really maybe never know the whole details. But yeah, he definitely had issues, mental issues, and tried to self-medicate with some stuff, and ended up not being a good thing. But he didn't overdose, but it was worse than that. But I probably shouldn't talk about that.
No.
Well, I guess.
I mean, it's that's personal kind of stuff, but I mean, everybody goes through it. And, and we all got friends that it's happened to and everything.
Yeah, you gotta check on your buddies. I mean, you never know
always
what
checking
somebody's
on 'em.
going through. Such all stuff.
Because I guess it. Everything always happens in pairs, but at least I say what we all hope is like, definitely gone way too soon. But one of my first sergeants, he passed away from a heart attack on Monday, and Kevin Baggett, awesome dude. I mean, he's the kind of first sergeant that was still a first sergeant after he retired. Worked at Force Con for a while, and one of my favorite things was the day he called me to ask me like to look at a boat for him, and he lived life to the fullest, and he may have checked out early, but he did it the right way, and that's
I don't know if there's a right way. to
yeah,
check out.
but we know, like, when I say, like,
If Chuck Norris can go, we can all go.
yeah, I mean, it's if you get it, make sure that you're taking care of yourself and doing all that, and so that's whether that's mental, physical, whatever, just all those things are important out there.
Yep.
So that's why we love to fish and hunt, and we do all the things we do, because I think that's such a great way we get out there, and we got so much coming up going forward, don't we? We got Redcrest coming up. We'll be in Missouri at the Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, the first one.
There, yeah, they're doing Redcrest there.
Is that where the Redcrest is?
Yeah.
At the
They're going to set up right
Yeah.
there at the parking lot, the Springfield Bass Pro.
Big shout out to MLF. They hooked us up and gave us booth space for this. So, we're appreciative of that.
Mike Busby.
Yeah.
He booked a good while back, booked a week to go down to OHIV. And I guess FLW is going there
Same time.
This month.
Yeah. He called me. He said, "You still going?" I'm like, "Probably not."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to check schedules, everybody, when everybody's going.
Well, yeah.
You got to
Not me. If I got a race schedule and I'm paid for all that, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'll jump right in the middle of them.
You just have to rope
OHIV.
Seymour into coming up there, helping you, since it's right there in Branson.
Mm-hmm.
So where he lives in Branson.
Yeah.
There's only one ramp on Ivy, isn't it? That's open right now?
No,
Yeah, there's two.
Oh.
Yeah, there's two. But the water's falling, so you can never get.
We forgot about. I should have called Joe Bud when I was in Indianapolis.
I know. I talked to him after we got out of Indianapolis. You guys hear us talking about
So
every
where
one of
he's
these
living?
people we just mentioned, whether it's Joe Bud,
He lived in
Don
Indianapolis?
Brunson, or Seymour. These are all
Yes.
like past pro staff members that.
No, not he. He lives up north.
Yeah, Seymour was at Skeeter Owners with us last year.
Yeah,
Well, Wendy's a Skeeter photographer.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Oh, yeah.
we love seeing those guys whenever we are. But yeah, Joe Bud texted me probably 2 days after we came home from
I
India.
know. I was talking to Chuck, and he goes, "You called Joe?" I said, "Oh hell, I forgot all about that."
Well, that's because we was only you and I working.
Mhm.
You gotta hear a funny story about Indianapolis. So, great. We love going to Indianapolis. It's one of our favorite shows of the year. We have a lot of fun there, but this year it was just mainly me and Roy working like every single day. And so somebody walked over to the booth on the second Saturday we're there. I mean, it was thankfully Amy came up and helped us the first Saturday, and then second Saturday was just me and him, and our motormate guys were there. KB had the boat over there, motormate. I remember who walked over to us, and he asked Roy, he goes, "How you doing with Sean over there teaching seminars?" And Roy goes, "He's right there. What do you mean?"
Yeah, I said he ain't teaching he ain't doing no seminars. They go, "Yeah, he's in the paper and on the boards." So we had to run over and find a paper, look at it, and no kidding, he was listed there for 2 weeks doing seminars.
Nobody had told me. Nobody sent me a schedule. Like, it was like,
And nobody even said
nobody
missed them.
Nobody came.
Somebody somewhere was like, "Man, that Sean guy don't ever show up for anything he's scheduled for."
So yes, I was allowed.
You should have seen Sean's face. He just kind of went, "Oh, white,"
I was,
I screwed
because
up.
it was like multiple times down there. Like,
Where at? Just part of the show.
Yeah.
Well, it was different. I mean, it's so big there in that convention center.
It was in different places at different times.
Sections of there. I mean, it takes like good 15, 20 minutes to walk from one end to the other without stopping.
Yeah, so.
I don't see the red light anymore.
It probably died.
Well.
Oh, well, that's it.
Hold on.
It's all good. Hey, I'll tell you, you mentioned Chuck. We was talking about fishing in the cold. One of the last terms Chuck and I fished together was on Lake Fork. It was in January. Probably wasn't the last one, but it was in January, Lake Fork, maybe February. All I know is it was cold. And it started raining. Me and Chuck's headed to the boat ramp that morning. And I said, boy, this tournament right here is going to separate the men from the boys. And he's like, how so? I said, them boys are going to stay out there in this rain, the cold all day. Them men going to be smart and go back to the boat ramp. We've been out on the water maybe an hour, rain coming down, ain't no fish biting. It's cold, freezing cold. Chuck said, I want to be a man. I said, me too. We was gone, man. We was eating breakfast by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, didn't y'all call me when we went and ate breakfast?
Went and ate breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last that I'm like, no, I don't need to be out there for that.
Ain't fished for $100,000.
I mean,
I ain't gonna,
Yeah, we was talking about today, fishing. I think me and Barry was talking about fishing where the jackpot's $500, and you want to run through an area, do $1,000 worth of damage to your boat, to win 500.
Yeah.
A chance to win 500. No,
I can't.
don't like the odds.
No.
Don't
Nope.
like the odds.
Definitely not. Well, I mean, we'll see everybody. I won't be there. I could take that show off the Redcrest only because
You'll be there for setup,
we'll see.
or you change your mind.
I would see how it goes. I gotta gauge because I got Ethan called and said he might be coming early
Okay.
with all his friends.
Mhm.
So that's Kentucky spring game that Saturday. So
Who's working Redcrest?
Me, Daniel, Justin, Marty. There's one more I can't remember.
so
Oh, Marty. Hey, we got the Invitational coming up.
yeah, we got that
Yes.
coming up too.
The Memorial Invitational.
April 10th and 11th, Lake of the Pines.
There ought to be some big sacks caught out of there.
And that's just right before
Yeah,
that's the weekend before the Redcrest. So that'll be
Yes. Mm-hmm.
that'll be a lot of fun.
It's our 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
And Marty's went out and got some beautiful trophies for the 10th anniversary on it.
No, nice.
Well, I may have to come out there and fish with somebody.
And we're going to cook both nights.
I won't be both.
Friday night, Saturday night meals, little fellowship, tell some stories,
Yep.
poke some fun at each
We'll
other.
wrap off a lot of stuff and everything so we can put it back in the kitties so we can get trophies and put on these dinners every year.
Need a boat.
I got one for sale.
Yeah.
It's a lot of raffle tickets.
It's got to be a little more
You can fish
boat.
from the bank.
A little more boat than that. Yeah, I'm meeting Daniel. He's buying my boat
He said he's going to pick it up at the Memorial.
at the memorial.
That's what he told me.
I offered to bring it back with him for this. I
Hey.
told
And I talked to him the other night.
Yeah. Well, he told me that we were going to pick a date and meet. So,
Do you have a cover?
do I?
Yeah.
so we got that the Memorial. And
He's
then
getting that boat.
Yeah.
He's getting a good deal. On
Yeah.
that boat.
yeah,
That boat's clean.
it's a solid boat. I mean,
So that just means you're about to buy a new one, huh?
Yeah.
so
Already got one picked out, don't you?
yeah.
I'm looking.
It's been a long day, bro.
It has. So we got a lot coming up, and 2 events after this in April. It'll be a lot of fun.
And then we got the owners tournament.
Then we have the owners tournament, and so
That's in June.
Well, I mean, it happens pretty quick though. I mean, you go from
Yeah, April's busy for us.
April's busy, and then you get May tends to go by quick because you have like Mother's Day and
Yeah.
a couple, and then there's everybody's graduation or something in there, so it just kind of happens really really quick, and then so we next thing we
got
know,
OHH right after the owners.
yeah, so we go straight to there.
Well,
Seems like you're already there before you know it.
I'm gonna do a quick plug for the hunting side of this. I mean, it seemed a lot of people think it's off season. They're not thinking about it. If you don't already have your food plots in the ground, you're running behind schedule. Get them done if you got time. Take advantage of the spring rains that are coming up.
You're telling us we're behind.
We are behind, and I'm looking at Roy. We are behind. So, don't forget about that stuff. Don't concentrate only on bass fishing in the spring. We got to do your.
We got turkey season coming up too.
Do your pre-work for. Yeah, I'm only in the state of Texas for 1 week of turkey season this year because I've got so much TDY. Huh?
I'll take care of that.
Yeah. So we had a plan to take 2 or 3 birds off the property this year. Last year we had photos and videos of, man, we were overrun with hens and jakes and only 5 or 6 mature toms. So I think this year we're going to take some less than trophy birds just to help the population a little bit. The reason I say that is because we had a couple of incidences last year where a tom was coming into a spread and a gang of jakes went over there and just started whooping up on him and ran him off.
Wow. You don't see that.
Yeah. And I was like, it was gang mentality. It was crazy. So it was interesting. And then I started talking to some folks about it that turkey hunt a lot more serious than we do. And they're like, oh yeah, if you have too many jakes, and they'll beat up on those toms, and a result of that is you'll get the toms not.
Yeah.
They'll stop gobbling because then they're basically using it as a locator call, and they'll go team up on them. It's crazy.
Turkeys are my nemesis, man. I love hearing them. I mean, they give me about every time, man. It's
they're very smart.
They're fun. It's fun though, man. There's nothing like hearing a tom gobble in the woods, man. It's like that deep, it's like get you going, and
yeah, especially when they're a lot closer than you thought they were.
Yeah.
It's like right behind you.
Or
that big deep.
Yeah, the wind like plays tricks on you. You don't realize how close they are. So
you'll never see them when you're turkey hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see them in deer season all the time.
Well, we have a fall turkey season, so
yeah, we do.
Yeah, so not every state has that.
They're just a lot quieter in the fall.
Yeah.
No, so it never really slows down for us. I mean, fishing runs into hunting, and then fishing starts up again. I mean, we stay busy all year.
And I've been doing some night coyote hunting. Been have a lot of success using mouth call doing that. And man, it's crazy that mouth call. It worked way better than the electronic call. Like coming in like 20, 30 yards.
It probably sounds more natural.
That one that we bought.
Yeah.
When you say mouth, I'm thinking about the diaphragm in your.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I mean, it kind of works in the similar fact that you almost can have hands free like a diaphragm, but that's kind of and that's what the neat thing about it is when you get them coming in, and because the whole deal with the electronic call is you can't really hit it when they're coming in like they could just spook them. So you need that mouth call to be like, do something more subtle to keep them coming on a string, and it just it works really, really well with it.
Yeah, I need a thermal scope.
You and me both, brother.
No.
I can point you to the right direction, but I ain't got one. I don't.
Why did you look at Roy when you said that? I need a
no. I'm just saying this is a call. We need a partner out there.
Yeah, we're looking for partners.
We're looking for a partner for a thermoscope.
Man, I need one bad.
We got asked today, man. We got asked about thermoscopes today.
Yeah, I did over there.
Yeah.
Want to know if a scope.
Hawk.
Yeah, I just lost it right there. You tell how tired I'm getting already. Yeah, Hawk made a thermal.
Yeah. We sold a couple Hawk shows today, but I
sold a turkey scope yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we saw one. That good point. That Hawk has unbelievable. That their new turkey scope is pretty awesome.
Well, any of their scopes
Yeah,
are awesome.
but-
I mean,
But just from turkey season being
Yes.
in the thing right now, I
Yeah.
mean, it's really a deal. But yeah, I'm with you, George. If anybody wants to,
Jump up.
Now reach
Jump-
out and let us know. You gotta partner with them thermals. Let us know. We
Hey.
need a thermal partner.
we sell them, man. That's what makes us different from everybody else out there. We
sell everything.
we sell everything that we use.
And
So
we stand by it. If we don't believe in it, we
Yeah.
don't partner with them.
So, a lot of things comes to that, and that's why we never slow down. We're into hunting stuff, and we're always doing stuff. So we're always trying different things, and it's we have something for every season, whether you're hunting or fishing or whatever type of fishing or whatever type of hunting you like to do. We've got something that kind of scratches that itch
Mhm.
out there. So that's the fun part.
Beaver. I'm hunting beaver.
That don't sound right.
I'm not even gonna
Always after beaver.
I'm not even gonna go down that.
It's a
that-
family-
I hope Darley
It's
hears
a
this.
family show.
We're not going down that road right there.
No, they're damming up the water at the golf.
The golf course.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, so you got a cat.
Let's
It's like
go.
a Caddyshack moment.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm in. Let's
I'm
go.
in.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm in.
We
They
just
I
got
hogs that run the fence lines out there.
we just got suppressors for our 22s.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
yeah, let's
but
go.
there's but they got these big ponds out there. They're pretty clear. And one of them, I just know the bass are spawning over there. And I'll see some bass, probably 12, 14, 16 inches long, and they'll let
Yeah.
everybody fish out there. So, there's some bigger ones in there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh man,
Hmm.
I got a quick one for you. When I first transferred to the Fort Worth
Yeah.
station, there it was my last tour in the Navy. About once a quarter, the division that I moved into there would go golfing. So first time I went with them, I took one of my rods
Yeah.
with a chatterbait on it, and I stuck it in my golf bag, put it on the back of the golf cart, and we got to one particular hole that looked juicy, running along the side of a pond, and I said, "Y'all go ahead, I'll catch up to you." And I walked down the bank, and I was throwing the chatterbait in the pond. I caught, I think, 2 little fish, 12, 14 inches. And next thing you know, man, I look up, and here comes a cart just, bahaing across the course, coming barreling on me. I was like, "Yeah,
The marshal?
It was the marshal."
so I am the marshal.
And he was like, he was
So
he
that
was
means we can do it.
he was all in his
Marshal.
feelings. He was upset. He I personally offended him or kicked his puppy. Like,
What?
you can't be fishing in here. What are you thinking? I was like,
Yeah, I don't let nobody
man, I
fish.
ain't see no sign.
You
It's
can't
like,
fish out there, but I mean,
It's part of like ICAST. They have like a golf tournament. Like one of the holes is like a fish. Like when they get that part of the golf course, that's like part of the deal. Like
oh, nice.
you have to like catch a fish on that hole of the golf course.
Well, I got a story about golf courses now. When I was stationed at Fort Hood, I was living on base there. My boys went fishing. They snuck over on the golf course fishing. They got caught. Next thing I know, I got the MPs knocking on my door with both my boys in hand out there saying they're in trouble.
Hey, all I know is I can't confirm or deny that the allegations against these young ones of mine. I just said if you get caught, you're on your own.
yeah, there's a lot of fish in them golf courses.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're catching some good ones.
Yeah,
out
when I marshal, sometimes I'll get back there and I'll just look. I'm like, yeah, I'm bringing a rod and reel. I asked the owner, I said, hey, can you let me fish in ponds? He said, well, we can't, we don't allow fishing in the ponds. I'm like, then ask you allowed fishing. I said, can I?
there you go.
Like, I work here.
there's
Doesn't that
rules
give
for
me
everybody
something
else,
to
and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's the George Marshall rule, right?
There's a Facebook group on it's called Basslingers.
Yeah,
And the 2 guys that's founded that group, Jay, and they were fishing on the golf course pond in Fort Worth, and him and Jeff, one of them was on one side of the green and one's on the other side fishing out of the same pond, and set the hook on a little fish, and then they were fishing after
Yeah.
dark so they could sneak in there. And when he set the hook on it, it was smaller than what he thought it was when he got the bite. And he slung the bass across the green into the water behind him. And that's how they came up with their Basslingers name for their Facebook group. It's like,
you gotta see. I was watching we coming in here to see Steve Harvey talking about his hook set in the Celebrity Pro-Am for the Bassmaster Classic.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I need to
See
check
him
that
at the
out.
Classic. He was there.
Yeah.
Who won that this year?
I can't remember. Trying to think who it was.
Was Steve Harvey fishing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good friends with one of the guys I know. He's actually a military guy, striker. That's why he comes. Striker brings him. He comes with it. He's funny.
That'd be neat to be able to be on the boater side of that.
Yeah.
Take one of those folks out for that tournament. That'd be neat.
Yeah. But Steve Harvey, like, that's, if you ever listen to his story, like, the whole reason he, like, bought the property he has was
because there wasn't any fish.
he wasn't like he wanted a place to bass fish.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let him fish. He didn't have money. Wouldn't let him fish. So he wanted to buy his own pond.
There's quite a few
land.
pretty big name celebrities that fish. You know,
Yeah.
The Rock's got a
Rock likes to fish.
active bass management program on his property, and Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Well, I always said with like Deion, that's why he was. I think that more why he was able to recruit Travis Hunter than he was anything else, because Travis Hunter loved to fish, and like he was.
Yeah, Travis fishing.
I mean, he connected more probably on the fishing side than anything else, and
we just wanted to get somebody like that with us, to go fish, kind of like you're doing, like you're fixing to do.
Oh, this next weekend?
Yeah.
He sent me that flyer today, but I told him before. What I think it is, because I have the fishing profile and then my actual Facebook profile, and I don't think
I told him you told him you was gonna be gone.
Yeah, but when I sent him that message, it was from the fishing page, and he sent that flyer to my regular Facebook page, and I don't know if he connected those two dots yet.
I think if Toby Keith wouldn't have went so soon, I think we'd have
got him because of my connections with him. He would have came.
Toby Keith. There's some other ones out there that I feel like. What's the one guy that was in reserves? He's a country singer or something.
Craig Morgan.
Yeah.
Craig Morgan. He's former 82nd guy too. But yeah.
Hey, MPFL got me. They got my idea.
What the tournament? We'll see. I mean, that's not the first.
That's only one tournament.
Yeah, that's only one tournament.
That's not a trail, but I think if somebody took and run with it, I think they can make a trail.
Well, they've had one before. It's not a new thing. I mean, that's where.
Yeah, I know I used to fish that. The American Bass Angler.
Well, no, it was the military team trail before it was.
The military team
before it was.
But it was under American Bass.
No, it was the military team trail before it was ever the American Bass Anglers. So here's the story. This is a whole, like Roy tell you. I this is like why I've always thought like what we do is very like unique for it being all military. So when I was probably 9 or 10 years old, Gary Woods and my dad's bass club won the first ever military team championship on Pickwick Lake. And so I always thought it was cool because they had the military team trail, the only military guys deal. Like it's been around since.
Been around forever.
So what happened was there was a military team trail, and then Morris Sheehan bought the military team trail, and then he formed the American Bass Anglers. And that's where it moved it underneath there. And then he opened it up for everybody else. And so that's why we've always had the discussion about, do we open it up and let first responders into our organization? That's the thing that I've always struggled with, because I knew the history behind that, why that deal. But yeah, so the military team trail was around, I can remember since late 80s at minimum.
If there was a trail, I feel like there's enough veterans that fish even. Even it's not part of our group. There's several thousands of veterans that fish. It's not part of our group. I feel like they would fish. The opportunity to fish at a national level, if you will.
Yeah.
and something. Like the MPFL, if it's one lake, you're going to get a lot of locals.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the deal. Well, like going to Belton, when we go to Belton
Fishing
Lake.
freedom.
Fishing for freedom, it's all those local guys, you don't get a lot of people from out. But I feel like if you were traveling, where you had to fish so many of them to qualify
Right.
for the next level or something.
Yeah, and that's the way it used to be. That was
Yeah.
where it came. That's where, like, and that's why I remember that. Like when I was little, that's how I remember those guys had to do that, and that's why it was kind of unique back then. And I agree with you, George. That's something I would love to. We've talked about it. It's just we gotta,
It's a future plan
Yeah,
that we've been talking about.
yeah, we've been talking about it a long time, like to do it. I mean, I think it definitely has to be somebody who understands the military that kind of gets it and goes from there. So definitely something to talk about more. So never know what's going to come. We got a lot of things. We always got stuff working in the future. Hey, we'll see you guys down the road. I'd always enjoy these podcasts we have here on the road. They're always,
Never know what we're going to talk
well, I
about.
mean, they're always the best ones I think we
Mhm.
have because we don't really have an agenda. We just talk about what kind of comes to mind and in a more relaxed type scenario. So, hey, if you want to know more about Army Bass Anglers or any of us, you can go to ArmyBassAnglers.com. You can find out how to join us, figure out how to become a member, just how to support us. And we also, if you want to know about our foundation, Army Bass Angler Foundation.org, you can figure out how to donate to that. We got Fishing for Freedom coming up. So always great ways to get involved. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody next time. Cool.
Thanks for listening to the Force on Force podcast. Join us next time as we dive into more topics from the Force on Force talk. For more information or how to join our organization, visit ArmyBassAnglers.com.